Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to do a quick video talking about the phase relationship between Psytrance kick and bass. I was watching this video of Dead Mouse where he was talking about, you cannot tune your kick. From that point on, I started thinking about the subject in a different way, and I started kind of watching different videos from different Psytrance artists. And they were kind of discussing that, it doesn't matter that much as we think about it, because personally I was thinking that you have to tune your kick and it has to be aligned with your bass in the perfect way possible. Scientifically, if it looks good, if it's gonna sound good, although sometimes we cannot hear these things. And I started thinking about this subject in a kind of different with a different perspective. So today I'm just gonna show you a little kind of demo that I prepared for you guys, and then I think what I want to do is to open this subject into discussion under the comment section. So without further ado, let's go ahead and have a look at our project file. Okay, so here we have two channels. You can see one says drum machine and the other one says Psy bass, and these yellow two channels we're going to be looking at. This drum machine has two different kicks, and our Psytrance bass is going to be the same channel, but I think it'll give us a good idea of what we're looking at in terms of phase correlation. So one thing I want to mention here, the drum machine has two different bass samples. So this first sample is from a sample bank, and it is tuned to the key of G. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is something I actually prepared in kick 2 myself. So this was my patch in kick 2, and I did try to tune it to G sharp, which is the key of my track that I started working on. But yeah, as I was watching a lot of videos about this kind of subject, I just wanted to see it for myself. And what I'll do is I will use Psyscope to show you guys how these things are kind of correlating, and you can already see what one of these kicks will look like when it's overlaid with the Psytrance bass. And by the way, this Psyscope is a free plugin. You can just go pick it up. If you Google it, you'll be able to find it. And it's a really good plugin to give you a great idea of what you're looking at with your Psytrance kick and basses. And before we go into it, I just want to show you the first 4 beats. So the first bar per se is going to be playing with, I think it's the tune kick, so the kick that I synthesized myself, and the second bar will be the one that I grabbed from the sample bank. So I'm just gonna literally let it play, and then I will just want you to observe what we're gonna be seeing on this Psyscope, and and then I'll just kind of share what I think about how these things are sounding together. So let's just go ahead and start pounding our kick and bass. So I stopped it there because it gives us a really good idea of what we're looking at. So if you look at the second beat over here, this is where our Psytrance kick and bass kind of get overlapped. So this kick is belonging to my own kick, which is G sharp, which is in alignment with the Psytrance bass and the kick it was synthesized in. So if you look at here, you will see almost like a perfect phase match, and almost like no cancellations. I think in theory, I used to believe that this has to be the way to go. Otherwise, you're gonna have really big problems in your mix. And then I started putting different kicks, such as the second one, and you probably saw that when it started playing, they start to kind of mismatch a little bit. But to the human ear, I'm not really sure how much of that mismatch is actually audible. And I'm going to show you what the second one looks like as well, so we can kind of start talking about it too. So this is the second one, right? Compared to the first one, you can see that we have a maybe phase cancellation problem here on this frequencies. Maybe a little bit of here as this green kick goes over, the bass is kind of coming down. So, and then here on these occasions, maybe 3 more occasions, when our kick is going up, it's kind of coming down again here, and again here it's more apparent. So to me, this would have been a deal breaker in the past. I would have liked to see it perfectly aligned with the previous version that I was showing you. But now that I actually start listening to it, I cannot hear much of a difference. And sometimes, you know, I think it comes down to the point where you like it subjectively. So unless it is a, you know, complete kind of phase cancellation, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, I tend to think that this kind of, you know, phase misalignment is actually, I won't say not bad or bad. I will just say that it's kind of inaudible to me. And this might be due to the fact that, you know, I don't have good studio monitors, or my ear is not trained. But when you think about it, the kick has its, you know, highest kind of pitch on this range, right? Because it's coming from, I don't know, like 10K on the spectrum, and then it's going down. And then as it kind of tails off, it just goes down to the subs, right? So, you know, to human ear, being able to hear that kind of tonality in the subs, or being able to pick up on that kind of phase mismatch in the subs, it's already hard. So that's one thing. However, if we look at from a 180-degree kind of phase cancellation standpoint, then I do believe that you'll be able to hear these differences, which is something I'm going to show you right now. So let's go back to this first kick, which was perfectly in line with our bass. Okay, so look at this. This is amazing, and it's great, right? So what I want to do here is to actually use this great plugin by Voxengo and just flip the phase of this kick 180 degrees. And then I'm going to be playing this as I kind of flip it back and forth. And I just want you to listen and see if you can hear the difference that it creates. So when I flip this 180 degrees, what's going to happen is, like, since everything is matching perfectly right now, nothing is going to be matching at all when we flip it 180. And at that point, I do believe that you're going to be able to actually hear a difference of that, you know, phase kind of cancellation effect. It's not going to sound nice to the ear, and it's going to be really obvious. So let's just have a look. And we wouldn't be able to see anything because we need to change our side chain from that channel to include this effect. So if I do post, you'll be able to see that difference. All right, let's have a look. All right, so I hope you guys could kind of hear the difference between this kind of canceled phase, when kick and bass is sounding together versus when it was matching perfectly. But I think the bottom line is that this is not okay, what you see here. But if it's kind of slightly mismatched, I do think that it is okay personally, and I look forward to hearing what you think about the subject in the comments down below. So yeah, please let me know. All right, guys, that's it for this week. It was short and sweet, and I just really wanted to see what the Psytrance producer community is thinking about this, because I've been hearing different ideas from different producers that I really respect. And so I think I just wanted to throw out what I think out there, and looking forward to hearing what you guys think. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.